back to Tammy Talks About. Before we get into today's article, I just want to give you a quick update. If you don't follow the real Laura B over on Twitter, and you are on Twitter, go and follow her. She works really hard and she gets so much information. She gets all the information out. And we really need to just show her our support. But she has tweeted that there is an order in Virginia for March the 26th, and apparently AH has to pay attorney fees in the amount of $21,972.50, and that was needed to have been paid within 6 days of the order, which would have been March the 26th. We are now on April the 3rd, so, no word on whether it's been paid or not, but she has been ordered to pay it, and that was because of Johnny's attorney having to file some things that was quashed, and just a headache. But I think it's lovely that, well, yet again, here she is. The court's basically saying to her, stop wasting our time, and since you've wasted our time, we're going to make you pay. So just that quick little update, and I'll probably do a video on it later. But right now, we are going to talk about an article that was in the New York Times. And just quickly before we get into that article, if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Share the video. As I always say, feed that algorithm, as Tug says. So, got to start doing that at the beginning. So I'm trying, so forgive me. But, yeah. So this article, though, is from the New York Times, and let's see, it went out on April Fool's Day of 2021, April the 1st, for those of you who don't celebrate that, but it's not like you celebrate it, you just have fun. And it is an article about Laura Wasser. In fact, the title of the article is Laura Wasser, She Who Will Cleave the Union of Kim and Kanye. And it was written by Ruth LaFerla, and I apologize if I butchered her name. Basically, this is a fluff piece. It's Ms. Wasser has a book that's come out, so this is kind of a fluff piece to up the book. But the reason this caught my eye is, if you will remember, a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks at the most, AH's team reissued a subpoena for Laura Wasser. And the reason that subpoena was interesting, the reason it caught everyone's eye, well, one, Laura Wasser was Johnny's divorce attorney when he divorced AH. And two, the things they're looking for in that subpoena. You figure from the way it's worded, and I'm going to read a couple of things that was in that subpoena, they're probably going to try to prepare themselves for the evidence that Johnny has. And in this subpoena, well, let me just read it real quick to you. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, just a couple of things from it. All documents relating to the allegations of newly obtained surveillance videos collected and hidden from Mr. Depp for a period of years. All documents relating to, in any manner, to the allegations of other evidence that conclusively disprove AH's false allegations collected and hidden from Mr. Depp for a period of years. So what that's kind of saying is that back in 2016, when she was Johnny's divorce attorney, she apparently received some surveillance video footage, something. It's from the subpoena from the Eastern Columbia that disproved AH's allegations, yet it was hidden from her. So the speculation is that, and let me just say that really clear, speculation is that Muskie was involved and possibly paid her to not reveal this evidence. We've not seen it yet. We'll see it, I'm sure, in Virginia. And I just can't help but think, if Johnny would have had this in 2016, would AH have went on and wrote that op-ed for the Washington Times? Or Washington Post, whatever it is. Would she have been able to perpetuate this lie for all these years if Johnny would have had this evidence? It's a really sorry thing to do if that is the case, in which we can't know that that's what would have happened. But Man. I mean, even in this article, it does say that she earns $950 an hour. Johnny was paying her to handle his divorce, and she supposedly hid evidence from him that could have possibly stopped all this in the first place. That's why this article caught my attention. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to hit a couple of highlights that caught my attention because, one, it's a long article, and two, if you want to read it, just go to the New York Times. And again, the title's Laura Wasser, She Who Will Cleave, the Union of Kim and Kanye. The first opening sentence, you always got to have a good opening sentence. Among Laura Wasser's singular gifts is her talent for spinning a tale. And it says she's one of Hollywood's premier divorce lawyers. She has cataloged her clients' foibles, anxieties, and misapprehensions in a book on her social media platforms. And that's the thing. This is a fluff piece. And, of course, it's going to give you examples of, things that are in the book so that you've got a little bit of something for everybody to get people interested. And it says, but for the most part, she tends to be mum about her A-list clients. But, of course, they're going to list some of her clients. Stevie Wonder, Britney Spears, Kevin Federline, divorced from Kevin Federline, and her most acrimonious cases, Johnny Depp, as well as Angelina Jolie when she filed for divorce. She mediated Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck. As it goes on, it tells, this also caught my attention. In a Zoom meeting last month, she said, talking about myself is my favorite thing. And then it goes on, I'm just going to kind of hit the highlights. I mean, the next section is titled, We Do Fairy Tale Really Well Here, and that was a quote from her. But it talks about that she's from privilege. Her father is a high-powered attorney. Her mother was also an attorney. Her brother is a psychotherapist. She graduated from Beverly Hills High. And that she is an imagined partner charging $950 an hour to advise. And let's see. And it says she tends to steer them towards settlement rather than financially and emotionally draining court proceedings. Let's see. But there was a couple more things that got my attention. Let's see. It goes into talking about that. Well, it's talking about how she dresses, naming off Prada and Anita Ko and designer names. It says that she's, let's see. She says, if I want to buy nice clothing or beautiful shoes or a bag, that's just one of the perks of the trade. She's widely profiled in fashion magazines. And then another thing that caught my eye, let me see, here it is. Her office is a low-key medley of greens. And she said that color is also dominant in her living room. Of course, it's the color of money. And so, it's really, and like I said, this article does go on and on and on. And one of the things she does say is people love magazine covers with the wedding or the new baby, Ms. Wasser said. But the ones that sell out are the breakups, which she ascribed to pure Schadenfreude. And what that means, I wrote it down so I can give a correct meaning, is pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune. So that's what that means. And I probably butchered saying it. But that's the thing that kind of came through to me, is that she really likes her money, in which, hey, everybody loves their money. But it made me wonder, did she take money from Muskie? As I said from the beginning, that's just speculation. But what do you think? Do you think that she is just like everybody else that seems to be, especially in Hollywood? She's money hungry? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, until next time, be blessed.